Hello everyone, welcome again. So first I want to up, do apologize because of the inconvenience caused to you. So there has been some technical glitches. So actually my stream was ended due to low internet connection, and so the stream was ended. And as I want to set up again, so this takes some 5 to 10 minutes. So this is part 2. So those who will be watch this particular video as recorded, so you can watch the part 1. So again, in part 1 there are some glitches, so hopefully you will understand it. Like these things happen sometime. So without further delay, so let's re reanalyze the things, or talk about the things which we left. So yes, welcome again everyone. Hi Monica, thank you for being persistent and waiting for this. I appreciate that. ओके, सो एज आई एम सीइंग बहुत सारे लोग वापस आ रहे हैं. सो थैंक यू एवरीवन फॉर दिस पर्टिकुलर ट्रस्ट. Appreciate you all. And yes, there has been some glitches, so the stream was ended due to some internet connection issue. And now we can continue our session. ओके, सो हम बात कर रहे थे विंडोज़ प्रोसेसेस की, और प्रोसेसेस में हमने डायरेक्टरीज के बारे में बात की थी. सो इन डायरेक्टरीज को हम देख सकते हैं. सो फर्स्ट वी हैव विंडोज सिस्टम 32, एंड नाउ द जूम इशू इज नाउ रिजॉल्व्ड. सो here, so what, where we will find the system 32. So in Windows Drive C there is a folder named by Windows, और यहाँ पर आपको सिस्टम 32 देखने को मिलेगा. ठीक है, सिस्टम 32 में आपको जनरली क्या देखने को मिलता है, आपके जितने भी आपके कमांड एग्जीक्यूट होती हैं, लाइक आपके जो ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम में एग्जीक्यूटेबल और लाइब्रेरीज होती हैं, वो सब कुछ आपको सिस्टम 32 में देखने को मिलेगा. So this particular directory contains cmd.exe, like the executable file of cmd, the task manager, or every other operations for your operating system. OS लेवल जिन ऐसे ऑपरेशंस जिनको ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम एग्जीक्यूट करता है, वो सब कुछ आपके इस पर्टिकुलर डायरेक्टरी में अवेलेबल रहते हैं. इफ यू स्क्रॉल इट डाउन, यू विल सी लाइक योर slmgr, योर proximity, योर पॉइंट ऑफ सर्विस, और सो ऑन. सो बहुत सारी सर्विसेज आपके पास यहाँ पर रहती हैं. अब ये पर्टिकुलर डायरेक्टरी एज एन एसओसी एनालिस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट क्यों है? सो व्हाई आई एम सेइंग लाइक दिस डायरेक्टरी इज इंपॉर्टेंट, बिकॉज क्योंकि जब एक अटैकर के प्रोस्पेक्टिव से आप सोचोगे, सो यू विल थिंक लाइक एन अटैकर प्रोस्पेक्टिव. सो व्हाट यू विल सी, लाइक in this particular directory, attackers will maybe installed some malware. And as malware, it is malware which is installed in this library or in this particular directory. And if attacker wants to make it persistent, like there are two types of persistent or non-persistent. So if the attacker wants to make the persistent malware, so this directory is heavily targeted. So as an SOC analyst, you have the idea about why the directory is important. If some kind of malware attack happened on your operating system, so you can analyze this particular directory, right? So that's why this is important. The next path we have is users. So users, here you will find all the users which you created in your operating system, and every user particularly has some folders like desktop, documents, downloads. So these are some mandatory folders which created by the user or by default created. So if you have multiple users, then you will find multiple folders. Like right now my username is okay, so you will see like the desktop, document, downloads, favorites, links, music, these all are created. And this is also very important because the malwares often drops some payloads here in these directories. due to write permission, because we can write the content here. We have the right permission for this directory, and it's very easy targeted directory via the attackers. ठीक है. सो इसके बाद आपके पास जो और डायरेक्टरीज अवेलेबल होती हैं, उन डायरेक्टरीज को भी आप देख सकते हो. ठीक है. सो मैं आपको कुछ और डायरेक्टरीज के नाम बताता हूं. जैसे आपके पास होती है प्रोग्राम फाइल्स और सी प्रोग्राम फाइल्स x86. So these are the default directories for your installed applications. If you installed 32-bit operating system or 64-bit operating system, so you will find out the program files or program files x86, right? So these directories can also be monitored for some suspicious installation. If some program was installed in your operating system and you want to find out, then the directory is very important. You have to check that out, right? So that's why we will be seeing this, we will be having this, or we will be monitor this. So in this particular path, all the installed application will be contained. Then we have app data or local app data. So these are the hidden folders which you will find under the users, and some software basically stores user specific data here, like temporary files. Like I installed the Zoom application, so maybe some user specific data will be stored in these locations. So malware will commonly abuses these paths. So that's why these two directories are also very important. Okay, so now let me show you. So as you see, the x86 or program files. So here are all the programs which is installed in my system. So as you see, like Oracle, TeamViewer, Window Defender, Windows pre-installed programs like Windows Photo Viewer, Windows Security, Windows Mail, or Windows Media Player. And if you look out the x86, so here all the applications which is like Internet Explorer or Microsoft Defender, Windows Defender, VMware which is installed, obviously Realtek for audio devices, PowerShell, portable devices. So these are basically monitored for installed application. If something malicious is installed in your system, you have to go through these directories. And then we have the app data. So this app data is particularly hidden, but if you want to check it out, so you can unlock the hidden directories, and app data or temporary data will also be here. Okay, now moving on, if you talk about the task manager utilities, so as we already seeing, like task manager, you can open it with Control Shift Escape, and it is have some tabs like processes, performance, startups, users. So why task manager is important? Because task manager contains the every running processes, what process ID is given, or if any fake processes is also running in your operating system. So task manager has the idea about because whenever a process is created on your operating system, a process ID will be generated, and the task manager contains every process ID that are by the processes that are running on your system. So you can identify if any particular process or particular program is consuming high CPU or memory uses, then we can manually shut it down. Because if malware comes in your system, or if any suspicious virus or any trojan, so for that purpose, the knowledge of or monitoring the task manager is very important. Then I am going to show you some particular commands which you will need to see, like this is msconfig. So the command is msconfig. You can open your Windows run command, and then you can type msconfig. So why msconfig is important? The event viewer, the registry edit, the services.msc. So these things I'm going to show you. So see, so I'm going to open first how you will open the msconfig. So you have to press Windows plus R. So this run is open. Now here you can type the msconfig and type the msconfig and hit enter. So the system configuration will be opened. So you can find out the system configuration like the startup selection. So अब यहाँ से हम क्या समझ सकते हैं, देखो कि अगर आपके कुछ भी स्टार्टअप बिहेवियर मॉडिफाइड हुए, सपोज करो कि सपोज समवन hijacked your system or someone has the access of your system, so what they will do if they modify the startup behavior, so in that case you can check it out like see here right now my startup behavior was looks like the startup selection. So it is selective startup. So when I reboot the system, it load all the system services, it load all the startup items. But you can also check it out the diagnostic startup, so which basically diagnose every time you boot your system. Then normal startup, which basically load all the device drivers and services. So you can check it out if something is modified. So for startup behavior analysis purpose, this particular configuration is very important, and you can simply open it using msconfig command. Okay, this is very simple command. And also if you go to the boot, so you can select out like what operating system will be booted while startup, then all the services, if some services is running or if the services is stopped, so all the available services will be available here. Then we have startup, so you can see some startup items. So basically this is the task manager and the tools, so these are some tools. So windows msconfig is very important command to open the system configuration. Okay, now let's check out the other things. Event viewer. So event viewer basically one of the important command to open the event, and here you will find out all the event IDs. So you need to see this very carefully, it is very important. See, I'm typing event VWR. So this is the command. Short, the full version is full name is event viewer. But if you type event VWR, then event viewer will be opened. So here is all the event IDs. And basically what are the event viewer? So this is a tool or a Windows function in which all the events that are happened on your operating system, if you successfully log in, if your login was failed, if you open some application, so logs are created here, right? And you can find out every important logs like Windows logs. So here this is the Windows log, and in Windows log here is application log, security logs, system logs, right? So you need to, if you want to check out the logs of your system, then event viewer will help you. After that we have the registry edit. I will talk about the event viewer later. So now let's see the registry edit. So registry edit is also very important because in registry edit it holds the user configuration. System or user configuration is hold here. So this is also very important function of Windows, and these registry keys are often targeted by malware, persistent malware, right? So the registry edit is also very important. And then if we talk about the services, so for open the services, the command is services.msc, and you can open it. So all the services that are available in your system, and the description, the status, the startup type, everything will be available here. So these are all the services that you have in your operating system. Some of the services are right now running, some of the services are right now stopped. So if suppose someone targeted your operating system and a malicious service is running, so you can easily find out like why this service is running, so you can stop it. So these are some few important commands for you. for as an SOC analyst, you have to understand why these functionalities are used, like why registry edit is used, why services are used, why event viewers, and the Microsoft config, MS config for startup behavior analysis. Got it? We talk about these, and now I'm taking some comments. So yes, Mustafa, what is your question? You can drop in the comment. Okay, while Mustafa is dropping the question, let's move on. So we are talking about the event logs. So as you already know कि event logs जो होते हैं आपके सिस्टम के every logs को contain करके रखते हैं. तो ये तीन टाइप के लॉग हैं जो जनरली आप मॉनिटर करते हो: एप्लीकेशन लॉग्स, सिस्टम लॉग्स एंड सिक्योरिटी लॉग्स. I already displayed all these logs, but why these logs are used? So application log basically used for installed programs. So what if you have in some program installed in your system, so the logs will be stored here in application section. Then we have system logs. So operating level events, like if your driver failure, suppose your Wi-Fi driver is not working, your audio driver is not particularly working, any startup issues, so the logs will be created under the system logs. Then we have security logs, which contains authentication logs, any login activity like failed logins or successfully logins, or access control related information. Okay, and we have some event ID as well. So if any event is created, it is known as event ID. So here are some few important event IDs for Windows. So 4624, that means a successful login. 4625, that means a failed login. 4634, that means log off event. 4688, processes created. 4672, special privilege assigned. 1102, security log cleared, like all your log will be cleared. So when if your log was cleared, then this particular event will be generated. Then 4720, user account created. 4726, user account deleted. So these are some important event IDs which you need to learn about. So now I'm going to show you these event IDs and where you will find it. So let's close this here. Under the Windows log, so this is the event viewer. Under the Windows logs, you will see like the total number of events. For application, the number of event is 18,432. The size, the security events, so the total number of event is 27,000. The system events, so it is 22,000. And now if you want to check out one by one, so go to application first. So why application is used, as I told you, so these are all the logs for your installed program. So whatever program you installed in your operating system, the logs will be created here. Like you can see with the date and time, like as I'm running the Windows environment right now, so logs will be created. And if you click on some particular logs, like see, I'm going to show you some particular thing. So see this. So this is the Windows logo. This is the source. This is the date, time, the level, and this is the event ID. So now this is the event ID, which is 6000. So you need to learn about the important event IDs. According to that, you will understand why this log was created. So for log monitoring purpose, as you already know, like in SOC, we are monitoring logs or monitoring the systems. So these event ID is very useful. So you have to learn about some important event IDs. As I go for suppose system logs, so here all the event IDs, and the security logs where your authentication and access control events are available. So suppose this is 4624. So as I showed you earlier, 4624 is known as account was successfully logged in. So when I log in into the account, this a log entry will be created and the event ID will be 4624. and why. And the meaning of 4624 is because my account was successfully logged in. So if any attacker successfully logged into your Windows accounts, so a event was created and you can clearly monitor through the event IDs. Yes, we will talk about more depth with event logs in Windows. So but today, as we are talking about the basic Windows architecture, so it's very important to know about these event IDs. Okay, so every particular thing you will do on your operating system creates a log entry and a event ID. So we have to learn about some important event IDs. Like you are seeing, there is so much event IDs was created, like the login functionality, the login, the special login, or the user account management. So why this log was created? So see, 4797. So see the detail which is available here. An attempt was made to query the existence of a blank password for an account. So why this query was created? Because the system I'm using for login purpose, I do not have any password for the user account. So when I logged in, so a event was created, like I am using a blank password for particular account. So when you click a particular entry, the details will be available here. You can see, check out the details. This is the general details, and you can see the event IDs, the level, like the task category, the time, date and time, the log name which is logged under security, the keywords, the computer where the log was stored, right? So the event viewer is very important functionality of Windows, contains all the log entries for application logs, security logs, or system logs. And you have to learn or remember some of the important event IDs. So that's why I showed you these event codes. So these are few, but there are more which we will talk about later. So I have one question. Hans is asking, event ID will always be same number? Yes, it is. Every time these event IDs, the number is defined, and particularly for these event IDs, these numbers are used in every Windows based operating system. In Linux, yes, the event IDs will be different, but in Windows the event IDs will be same. So you have to learn about those event IDs. Like if you Google it, like top 25 event IDs, so you will get a list of event IDs, and according to that you will find out like why this event ID is used for. So as an SOC analyst, we have to monitor these event ID. Suppose you are analyzing a system, and on that system you if you know about the event codes, so you flagged out a malicious code, like in this particular slide, see this one. If you see this one, like 11002, so in your log entries, if you see this event code, that means someone cleared your log. So it will immediately flagged in your mind, like maybe someone unauthentically logged into your system and cleared all the logs. So the knowledge of event IDs will be very important and crucial. So yes, we will talk about it later in our later sessions. Like the next session will be about these logs. So you will get to understand the log formats, the log types, and those some important event IDs we will talk about in details. Okay, then these are some Windows command. So you can see, like ipconfig, so it basically gives you the IP address. I'm not particularly showing every particular Windows command line command, but the important ones which you need in your SOC journey. So ipconfig, netstat, task list, and the task kill, and then who am I, system info, then WMIC or PowerShell. So I'm going to show you these commands one by one in Windows command line tool, so you will get an idea why these commands will be used. Okay, so let me open the CMD again. So I'm open the CMD, and the first command is ipconfig. So this command is used to display all the interfaces you have in your system, and you will see the IP addresses, the subnet mask or default gateway, every adapter you have. Then we have netstat command. So netstat command basically shows every open ports and process ID or the connections which is created. So see the addresses and the foreign connection. So it will be, you can check out like if connection is established or time wait or closed. Okay, then we have the command for task list. So using this command, every task list. So every task will be listed using this command. You can obviously monitor the tasks on the using the task manager, but task list is also a command. It basically lists all the running processes. And if you want to terminate any particular task, so there is a command which is task, then you have to provide the process ID, so PID, and then the process ID, which is suppose 1234, and then hyphen F, sorry, slash F. So it will create, it will kill the process, it will stop the task. Then we have the command for who am I, which basically tells you the currently logged in user. So this is the currently logged in user. Then the system info, so it will display all this system information like the processor information, Hyper-V information, all the system information will be here, like what is your host name, operating system version, the manufacturer, configuration, operating system build time, and many more. So that's why these commands are very important and you can learn about. And then PowerShell. So PowerShell basically you will use this PowerShell to run some scripting capabilities. So PowerShell, we in PowerShell, the PowerShell has some scripting capabilities, and for that you will need to use the PowerShell. Okay, so these are some important commands for Windows, but there are few more command which you will need to learn about. So I have a document, and this particular document is available in your resource drive. So go check it. I will upload it, but you will check it out, of course. So these are some more important commands like system info, as I already uh, show you. So it will display the detailed operating system configuration, the hardware, the patches, everything, right? Then who am I, which basically displays the current user context, like the current logged in user. But you can also use that command for various purposes, like if you use who am I then groups, so it will show you the group memberships. If you use who am I slash priv, basically used for privilege escalation, sorry, privileges. So you need to have the admin rights to see this. Then we have some host name command, so it will displays the computer host name. Then where or winware, it will display the Windows version. Get Mac, it will displays the Mac addresses. Then bcd edit, so it will display the boot configuration data. Then drive query, so it will display all the device drivers. The ms info 32, it will display the system information, right? Then path is, it will displays or sets the command search path. Power cg, it will open the power settings. Then fs util, file system utility. So these are some important commands which you need to learn about, or maybe want to read about, because knowing your operating system is very important if you want to become a SOC analyst, right? So this document will be available, I will upload it in your resource drive, so you can check it out and read out all the command, why the command is used, run those commands in your command line and see what information it will displace. Okay, then these are some common Windows persistent techniques. So suppose if any user or any particular attacker will uh, attacked your Microsoft operating system, so what particularly they will do to state persistent. So they can modify the startup folders. So this is the location of a startup folder. So go check out any .exe or .bat file. So if you will find out any bat file or exe file here, so that means any particular attacker installed some malware in your system. Then we can also check out the registry keys. So this is the location of the registry keys. So what attackers use this, so attackers place commands here to auto execute on boot. So attackers basically use this location to run some commands when you boot your system. So it will auto execute the command and while booting or while booting process. Then schedule tasks or some malicious services. So these are some important things which you need to know about the Windows operating system architecture. These all are the some of the basic things as in for SOC analyst. Like if I recall it quickly, so you have to learn about the user mode and kernel mode. So the difference between user and kernel mode, the key components of your operating system, which is hardware abstraction layer or system services or drivers or Windows 32. Then the essential processes, obviously you can monitor through a task manager. So what are system tasks, what are background processes, what are system processes, why wininitiate.exe is used for, why csrss.exe is used for, why svchost.exe is used for. So these are some important task manager assignments which you need to cover it. Then these are some important directories or files in your operating system, Windows operating system of course. So go check out the C drive in which you will find a Windows folder. Here you will see a system 32 folder. So this system 32 contains the operating system executable libraries, the users, which contains the common folders like desktop downloads. Then these more some important directories, which is program files or program files 86. So for default directories, or these are the default directories for installed applications. Then app data or local data. So if you want to check out some user specific data or hidden data, so these are the hidden folders. Then task manager, we have to learn about the task manager more. Then these are some important services, which is ms config. So if you want to check out some any modification in your startup behavior, then you can use ms config command. Then event viewer, one of the most useful command for SOC analyst, because all the logs will be available here, and in the log entries you can check it out if any malicious log was logged through the event codes. Then registry edit, so this is holds the user configuration or system configuration. So the registry edit functionality is also very important. The services, so all the services that are running in your system, background services, any suspicious third party services which maybe indicate a malware activity. So these the event logs, these are some important event IDs. Yes, there are some more, so which we will talk about in our next session, which completely dedicates on the logs, the formats, the types, right, and the event IDs. Then some important Windows command line commands. So the if config, netstat, task list, who am I, system information, PowerShell. Then some important paths which you need to learn about, why these paths are used for and why it is important for as an SOC analyst. Okay, then these are some important Windows tools for SOC analyst. So system internal suite, sys internal suite, so window defender logs, reliability monitor, or process hacker. So yes, we will be using those tools one by one when we are moving with the hands-on section. Okay, so again, this particular session is divided into two parts uh, because of some technical glitches. So check out the first and then you can check out the second. And when tomorrow we will connect, we will talk about specifically for logs. First, we will talk about the logs and then we will be moving further. So Jolie's saying, I'm not having these event IDs. So Jolie, open the event viewer first, and in the event viewer, when the event viewer was opened, check out the windows. So here, when you will check out the windows, so in Windows, you will see system security or application logs. So you have to click on Windows logs. If you will not click on Windows log, you are not able to see. And in Windows logs, all the logs will be appeared. So you have to click out the security if you want to check out the security logs or system logs or application log. So particularly you have to select the category. Once you select the category, after that the codes will be appeared. Okay, so that will be the things for today. And yes, you can track the sessions. The link is in the description. Check out the resources drive. So in the resources drive, I will upload today some Windows commands or a particular document for important event codes. You can also join the Telegram group for discussions. You can also check out the WhatsApp community for new paid batches for penetration testing or Linux or networking. And thank you so much for joining this. We will connect tomorrow again for the log part. So on tomorrow's session, you will be uh, get an idea what logs is and why the logs are very important. Okay, so yes, any more questions? So thank you everyone for joining it. And once again, for the persistence, I appreciate that. Like you waited, the stream was ended and you joined again. So thank you for that. See you tomorrow. Bye bye. Take care.